Hello, welcome back. We're just about to do a scrap run. He looks really happy about it. And yeah, so if you watched the last video, you'll know what we've got on the back. We've got a little bit of light iron and some non-ferrous to weigh in. So off we go. Oh, Lou, my gloves in there. Yeah. Right, we're at the yard. I've just unloaded the non-ferrous. I didn't think I'd bring gloves on when I did that, did I? Yeah, I've just done with non-ferrous. Tell you what that is. You get the ticket. If you watched the other video, we're aiming for 60 quid today, that's all we're aiming for. For the door frame. Louis in the cab, but he can't unload because I ain't got another hard hat for him. We'll shut that side door because the side. Move the camera. Now this is for the microwave doors. Take this down, that's all you can see. Right. Didn't knock the. Oh, it is. Right, so hopefully you've just seen the unloading of the light iron. My original plan was to unload that first and then take the other stuff, the non-ferrous stuff across and do that. But really it worked out easier to do it the other way round, the way I've done it. But yeah, it's only because when I got to the weighbridge, they were queuing for the weighbridge. So I went in on the non-ferrous side pulled up. The bloke turned up with a box of copper, so I let him go first. And I took my time unloading the nun first and chatting to the young girl there because it's rude not to. And yeah, there was no hurry to get over to the other side because the road bridge was quite busy at that time. But by the time we'd unloaded, it was okay. So yeah, got it out first, then done the light iron, as you see. Didn't realise how much weight was in them cookers until one of them cookers until I went to pull it out. It was quite heavy. Yeah, so let's run through some prices, shall we? Right, as you know, this was to raise £60 towards the TV fund. If you don't know what I'm on about, watch the video before this, but you should have watched anyway. So anyway, the idea was to raise £60 towards the TV, and yeah, so I didn't take much in at all. Just a bit of non-ferrous and the light iron, what you see. So I took in some household cable, and it was £1.78 a kilo. I took 21 kilos, what was £37.38. Now, pricing is a bit weird because, like I say, that's normally the best yard I go to, price yard I go to. It is a 50-mile round trip. Something's going on there. I don't know what it is. Even when I phoned up the other day, they were nearly £100 lower on a scrap a tonne than the yards what don't pay normally pay at all. So there's something going on there. I don't know what it is. Definitely something going on. Right. Right. And I took in some clean copper. What was, you know, clean copper, new tube, whatever you want to call it. That was £5.57 a kilo. So in 5 kilos, that come to £27.85. Too bad, was it, 5 kilos? And then I took in some heavy copper, what is like dirty, number 2, whatever you want to call it. Solder on it, paint on it, you know what I mean. Yes, I took that in. That was £5.15 a kilo. I took in 6 kilos, £30.90p. Not too bad. Like I say, prices are all over the place anyway, everywhere. But you know, I'm not too sure. So that on the non-ferrous. Oh no, I've got some more actually. I took in some single wire. All this stuff is stuck in it, so I can't show you. But yeah, so there's some single wires I took in, and they were £2.50 a kilo. Took in 11 kilos, £27.50. So the non-ferrous side of it was £123.63, and then the light iron come to that was £125 a tonne, 12.5 per kilo, and I had 160 kilos come to bang on £20. So that was 143.63. But as I've told you before, my scrapyard brings it down to the nearest 50p. So it was £143.50p. So not a bad journey out, was it? But like I say, I am a bit about the pricing. It's something going on there. I don't know what it is. Can't make it out. Yeah, and I have to talk to you about. I don't want to put in this video what I was told at the time, but yeah, maybe we can discuss it another time. But definitely something not quite right there. And again, I know people will say, "Oh, I want to put the lighting iron in for 20 quid." I put 15 quid's worth of diesel in it on the way, and I've still got that left in, most of that left in the tank, and yeah, so that £20 covered that 15 quid, didn't it? That's the way I looked at it. Yeah, wasn't a bad little journey out. Louis came with me, but he didn't get out of the van. Not with the light, with the non-ferrous stuff. I thought he might get out of the van, but he didn't. He couldn't be asked. But he couldn't on the other side because he ain't got a hard hat. That's really funny. the bloke pulled up next to me in a car, and the driver couldn't get out because he hadn't got a high vis and hard hat. I don't know what the hell was going to drop on you in that middle of that scrapyard. The grab is probably 200 or 300 yards away. It's a big yard, that is, and you're nowhere near anything else. And the hard hat is more of a pain in the arse than a little. But I know that's how yards are going. A lot of yards are doing that. It's a shame, really. I mean, I understand the high vis to a point. But yeah, I always put my flashlights on in my van, so my van's sitting there with flashlights, and that's only because there's skip lorries back in and out and coming in and out. So the high vis, yeah, you do get what, you know, makes sense. But the hard hats are just a pain in the arse. Really are. They really are, especially in this weather when it's, well, it's scorching today. So I managed to raise that to £60, what we wanted for the TV. What is good. I don't pay the extra to get the money any quicker, so the money will be here tomorrow. So she can put that towards, you know, I'm not going to say too much. I think you need to watch the other video, and if you haven't watched the video, tough, you won't know what's going on. Yeah, so, yeah, put the 60 quid towards that, so that's great. So get that sorted. Then I've got another expense come up tonight. When I got in, we had a Lou's been wearing my gloves for racing, for the BMXing. But I didn't realise, because I knew my gloves were extra large, and I thought his gloves were, well, his hands were pretty much the size of mine, to be honest, because he's bigger than me, taller, you know. And I didn't realise he's only like a medium. So Heidi ordered some gloves online, what he wanted, and they want a special offer and everything, so they were half price, brilliant. They've come today and she's ordered youth, not adult, so they're like, they fit like there on me. Yeah, so we've got to find some gloves. So I'm going to have the Halfords in the morning, and then see if I can get some just a pair of gloves to wear now, because he's like, so what's happening, his hands are moving on the handle grips. Like I say, he's been riding 4 months. I've got 4 months with that, and racing 4 months with gloves like that. Silly sod. He should have just said to me. Well, he did, but I didn't catch on what he was saying. So yeah, so we're going to spend some more of that money on his gloves, and that's what it's about. That's the whole idea of scrap metal, and that to me, yes, you know, it's how I'm earning any money I get. But apart from a few things like I said before was going on, we will find out about. But yeah, I mean, it's the thing about having the scrap metal. It helps me out when I get into little situations like this. So hopefully I can get a pair of gloves. It won't be what he wants, but it'll be something for when he races tomorrow night. Which, like I say, will be gone by the time this video comes up. But yeah, don't forget to check out my other channel for the racing. We're going in around 7 now, so yeah, some racing on there, something different. Yeah, check it out. Link in the description, all that sort of stuff. Right, I'm going to leave it there because I don't want to ramble on. Let me know what you think of them prices. You think they're good, bad, whatever. I mean, I don't think they're bad compared to what they were, you know, a few weeks ago. But it just seemed, like I said to you before, they were down to £85 a tonne at one stage for like shearing and stuff, and the other yards we don't normally pay were £100 more. So something going on there. But in the past, I've phoned this place, and I've got a price which has been better than the other local yards. But when I've got these things, been even better than that, what they told me on the phone. So it swings and roundabouts. You know, is what it is. You know, as long as I've got all I wanted was to beat that 60 quid. So I've over doubled that. So magic. Right, I'll let you go. Remember, it's okay not to be okay, and I'll see you next time. Bye.